His name is Harrison. You'll all know who he is. Welcome, Harrison.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, our producers were telling me that you were a little bit nervous about coming on because you think you might be in trouble.
Thankfully, they mentioned that. Yeah, it's good.
What would you be worried about when it comes to potentially your behaviour or last night's episode?
I think for me, this is like the first real mistake that I've made in the experiment last night. Now, there are times in life where I will back myself like 100%. I won't back down. And like I felt like when I came into the experiment on the back of the wedding, I was like, no, I'm single. I don't feel like I've done anything wrong. I feel like I was single up until the point I got married. And I was kind of willing to die on that hill. This is not one of those times. This is one of those times where I was like, no, I went out, I was drinking and I handled a situation badly. And if I could go back and do it again differently now, I would. Watching it last night was pretty confronting to see it, play back, and I can definitely see what people are talking about. I just did not handle that situation well at all.
For those who might not be aware of what happened, let's have a listen.
Some girls came up to Dan and I at a bar. She goes, "You're so hot, can I get your number?" And I said, "No, but I'll take yours."
Oh, Harrison.
If I gave her my phone number, do you know how stupid I'd have to be to do that? She could text me anything. As soon as she walked off, I deleted it.
Yeah, I mean, you're listening to that and realise that's ridiculous.
But she said you were hot. Did she really say you were so hot? Did she say you're so hot?
Look, it happened the way I said it happened. I just think that it's so funny, though, that the experts are sitting in their chairs in the other room, putting it all on me and pretending like I'm trying to throw Dan under the bus. Dan's one of my best mates. There's no way I would throw my mate under the bus to protect myself. I actually, the way it happened is how I said it happened.
But so you and Dan, we already know Dan is with a guest who was at the wedding.
Yeah, exactly. Like making out like Dan's not a ladies' man is ridiculous.
So Dan,
Exactly.
Is he still a ladies' man?
He's dating someone that was at the front row of his bloody wedding.
Yes, third row.
Oh, third row of his wedding.
It looked like she was at the front row.
Yeah, exactly.
Her boobs are in the front row and she was just entering
exactly. Like I just think that the idea of like Dan being the innocent one is so funny.
That's I mean,
Hang on, can we just
we get that? Yeah.
No, so Dan took the number, didn't he?
Look, I'm not going to say
Dan took the number of that woman.
I'm not going to
because there's more for Dan to lose because he's got a relationship in the outside world.
At the end of the day, all I am saying is Dan is one of my best mates. I didn't throw him under the bus to protect myself. What happened was more questions got asked about the night. And I was like, look, I've actually got to, fall on my own sword here. I've got to come clean about what happened. And that's what I did. And
Can I ask how? So you get married. How many weeks down the track was this night out? Was it a week or 2 weeks, or from the actual marriage?
It was between when we moved into Sky Suites and.
So how long is that in days, or just roughly?
You're
a
asking
week,
me
2 weeks?
6 months ago to remember.
I know, but what I mean is the whole thing.
Sorry, Hughesy.
So within
within
a couple of weeks.
It was. I'd only been married for, I would say 2 or 3 weeks by this stage. So
yeah, right.
It's not like I'm used to going to bars and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm married." It just wasn't. It wasn't a reflex for me. Do you know what I mean?
Can I put this to you though? When blokes, this happens, and women do it as well, but it's predominantly blokes. You're on a TV show, right? So you're not. It's all pretend. We get it, but you have committed to being in a relationship for an experiment. So by all means and purposes, that's your headspace should be you've got a partner. Correct. When you go into a bar, I know as a person when I've been single or whatever else, you make yourself open to women approaching you. If you do not want to be approached, unless you're Brad Pitt, you make it open. You make eyes, you engage in a way that a woman feels comfortable enough to come up and give you her number. Would you accept that?
I don't accept that, no. And I've actually got a real issue with people insinuating that it's the guy's fault or that it's the girl's fault. It really takes two to tango.
No, absolutely. But she's probably no, absolutely.
Hold on.
Pipe
Can I
down.
please
I'm
finish?
with you.
Sorry,
But she's probably
finish?
single, though, is she? The woman who's come up to you is probably single.
Can I please finish my point?
Of course you can.
And
Absolutely.
We'll come back. We'll circle back.
Absolutely. No, I'm fascinated by this.
Can you hold there, Harrison? Can we come back? You got hauled over the coals last night because you accepted a woman's number at a bar.
That he's now admitted was wrong. But my point is that to be in that situation and to be in a bar and to have a woman approach you means that in some way, shape or form, you've acted in a way that has given her the green light by either making eyes, by the way you're acting. I genuinely don't think it happens unless there is some kind of interaction that she says, okay, he's keen, because humans are terrified of rejection.
Yeah, and this was the conversation we were having before the break, is that I have a problem with the notion that like one person is more at fault or should be held accountable for those situations.
No, I'm talking about you and your partner. You're the only one at fault if you had a partner, a wife. I'm not talking about the girl who approached you. She's probably single. I'm not saying there's one person at fault over the other in that situation.
Did you have your wedding ring on at the time?
I did, yeah.
Was there a wedding ring on?
I was out with my ring on, yeah.
Yeah, right. So you had the ring on.
But you don't. So you genuinely don't think in any way that you were there and open to attention from other women.
It was a bar, and we were having a conversation in a group of people. I didn't actually know the conversation was forward until the question about the phone number came up.
So you were having a conversation with her prior,
yes.
and she said, "You're really hot. Can I have your number?"
Yes.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I take your point, but I do have an issue with the notion that like a man is at fault or a woman is at fault in these situations. I think it takes two to tango.
I agree entirely. But what my point is, if one of those people is in a relationship, then it's not about who's at fault out of the two in the bar. If one of those people's in a relationship, they're at fault. And I say this, by the way, to all those listening, you're on a TV show. You're not married with 3 kids. So we're not
No, I get it.
completely serious here because it is a TV show.
It makes sense if for me anyway, it would make more sense if the action was that I'd slept with her. That's definitely equal.
We don't know. You
into
definitely
that situation,
didn't.
right?
Did
but
you definitely not do that?
If you're just having it's situational, I think if you're just having a friendly conversation and someone says, oh, like, let's continue this beyond this conversation.
Absolutely.
And
then your response is, no, I'm in a relationship.
Exactly. And that's why I didn't handle the situation well. Yeah. Like, so we agree on that.
Absolutely.
But I do. But
it is
just
MAFS
wanted
as
to push back on when I came into the experiment.
Here.
Yeah.
When I
so
came
that's point 1. We do need to move on.
But out. When I came into the experiment. Hold on. I just want to finish my point.
Sorry.
Yeah, but we've got to go to the song.
And I'm excited for you to say it takes 2 to tango again.
It's my show now.
So now we've got to move on here. There's a big revelation in tonight. There's something happening tonight's episode.
So good too.
Oh, was it?
But we'll do an extra.
I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. I'm coming back tomorrow to finish this point.
Look forward to what's going on here. So, all right. So there's something big happening tonight on the show. Yes.
Oh yeah. What's coming next? You said.
Right. So, I can't go into specific details, but what I can say is that if you think this is bad, wait till you see what happens with the people that have been on their moral high horses about this.
That's what
it's a long way to fall when you get up on that moral high horse.
Wait, cheating? Like actual cheating?
I can't go into details.
Okay, so there's cheating.
That's tonight.
But let's just say there are
cheating.
things that are about to come to light in the experiment that make a phone number seem like child stuff.
Yeah, that you've got me in there. That's a great tease.
And the if you go back, I'm not going to say what it is specifically, but if you go back and watch last night's episode, the people that had the most to say are definitely throwing stones from a glass house.
Fantastic. That's
your
ability to do like analogies is great as well. So
thank you, Hughesy.
Erin, out of 10.
I've been working on them in the mirror all morning, so appreciate that.
Okay.
Mate, you look great. You and Erin have got along famously. Erin, out of 10. Well, he's leaving on
music,
this.
Well, can I just say, Harrison, that
oh God,
when I was at Channel 9 for 10 years, one of the bosses there told someone that they'd rated me an 8 because I was hot, but not too hot, that I'd intimidate other women to the point where they wouldn't want to watch me.
That's terrible.
I thought it was appalling too. I was really annoyed.
God, he's adding to his score here. All right, come on, Erin. What's he get out of 10, Harrison?
That's like a backhanded compliment, isn't it?
Yeah. What's he getting?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where's
What's
those
he
other
getting?
2? Okay. So wait, we've got to refine that it's just purely on looks?
No, it's the whole package. You've had time with him,
Analogy.
so you've had his personality. You've had, you two. You look like you get
Don't
along
overthink
really
it, Erin,
well.
just shout it out.
Come on, what do we got?
Okay. I'm going to 9.
Oh, not bad.
Not bad. What'd you knock a point off for?
I'd say the bar and the number, potentially.
All right.
Potential bad boy behaviour, but apart from that, you've done. I think you're lovely and very
I should have got
impressive.
2 numbers, then it'd be a 10.
Harrison is back.